Hi, everyone. A pleasure to have you join us here tonight. College basketball is in the air, and we are right in the midst of all the action. Hi, this is Kevin Harlan, joined by my partners, Greg Anthony and Clark Kellogg. It's Louisville and the Texas Longhorns.
And you know, guys, we go back many years broadcasting college games, and it never gets old. Every big-time player makes a name for themselves at the college level, and we could see that again on display here tonight.
Well, with a guy like Freak suiting up, you know that there are going to be scouts watching his every move, but you look at the roster of both of these teams, and they're really loaded with talent.
On the court for Louisville, Walker in at point guard. Payton is out there with White. Then there's Sanders. And it's Mack in at center. Edwards against Walker. There's a good screen. Pass to Turner. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Can't get it to fall. The Texas Longhorns have been building their basketball program over the years. They have been on the verge of greatness for a long time.
I think Texas in general is very decorated in its athletics program. I mean, still looking for their first college basketball championship on the men's side is what they're reaching for.
Ellis against Walker. Ellis kicks to Doherty. Yes, and it's Ellis picking up the assist.
You can't afford to get him that kind of a look.
Well, you know, he came off a good screen, but still, as a defender, you got to do a better job of fighting over and through that. And, you know, we've seen a lot of great point guards over the years, and Freak is right at the top for me. The things he can do with the ball are special. And he knows how to control the flow of the game, too. He's not only highly skilled, but he's a maestro in orchestration.
And it's really interesting. Controlling tempo and pace is oftentimes something that most point guards don't really learn until they are pros. But Freak understands how important that is already. It's a big part of why so many think he'll be successful as a point guard on the next level.
Ford with the ball. Now Payton defending. The drive by Ellis. Bounces high off the rim and drops. Ellis has got his first basket of the night.
And that's why it's so important to really be a good screening team. You get a lot of open looks from it. And that is a major league flush right there, my friends.
And in a tight contest like this, Greg, that might be just what they need to get the tide rolling in their direction.
You're exactly right. I mean, so often when a team gets that kind of explosive play out of its backcourt, that can really rally and galvanize the whole squad. You know, they've scored several times already here in the first quarter down low. I like that.
It's like a running game in football. When you can pound the basketball inside, it also allows you to control the team's transition. You almost have to assume he's going to knock those down when he is that open.
Stolen by Walker. From the arc. And that one's good. Walker's got 7 points.
How in the world did they let him get that wide open?
Walker's gone 3 of 5 shooting from the floor. Blair with it. Turner against Walker. Shot's good by Turner. Now Walker. The Louisville Cardinals have had a real strong run lately in college hoops, Clark. Even after changing conferences a few years back, they continue to shine.
You know, and nobody knew, Kevin, just how they would fare in the new and stronger conference, but it's been winning as usual for the Cardinals.
Turner is out there with Hudson. Then it's Richmond. And it's Rush in at small forward. And for Louisville, Walker in at 2 guard. Thomas is out there with Jones. And it's Rozier in at the point. The shot by Turner, no good.
And one thing that Louisville has is a very good track record of always remaining in the title picture. More often than not, they are considered to have as good a shot as any of winning the tournament. They are truly a college hoops powerhouse.
And for Texas, they've got Turner. Richmond is out there with Hudson. And it's Rush in at the 3, the small forward. Longhorns passing it around. Blair dishes to Turner. 5 on the clock. Here's Hudson. And the rebound goes to Louisville.
And Louisville does it with team basketball. I mean, they have their share of players that went on to the NBA. Gorgui Dieng, and Earl Clark come to mind recently. But overall, this is a program that relies on the sum of the whole being greater than the individual parts.
Here's Rush. Blair, the screen. Rush the pass to Richmond. Loses his man off the screen and lays it up and in. Richmond's got his first basket.
Here it is again. On a lot of their possessions this first half, they've established great position inside.
Yeah, just getting the ball into the post.
And the second half of basketball is about to get underway, folks. Welcome back to this broadcast of college basketball here on 2K Sports.
Guys, we had a tight game through the first half. I think we'll see more of the same coming out of the break.
And it's just going to take one big run for one of these teams to establish control. If we can get hot, his team has a great chance of coming away with the victory.
On the court for Louisville, Walker, he's in at the point. White is out there with Payton. Then there's Sanders. And it's Mack in at the pivot spot, manning the middle.
I think it's safe to say that the most notable Longhorn of all time is Kevin Durant. Only spent 1 year there, but that's all the time he needed to leave his mark on the program.
Edwards with the screen. Ellis kicks to Doherty. There's the pick. There's the dish to Ford. From 16 feet away, he cans it. Ford's got the lead up to 2 now for the Longhorns.
Both teams trading punches back and forth. This thing's like a heavyweight fight.
The momentum swings really impossible to keep track of. The energy in the building just keeps going back and forth, ebbing and flowing. I'm loving it.
Here's Walker with the 3, rebounded by Ellis. And so here's Texas. They haven't given up any points here in the second half. Not watching the line there. That'll be a backcourt violation. So both teams changing it up here. Walker goes in. That's good. Walker's got the game tied up here for the Cardinals.
Oh, nice double pump finish there. Strictly for the fans.
And Blair kicks to Rush. There's the pick. Ellis outside. Feeds it to Rush. Passes it to Blair. He kicks it to Hudson. Shot clock at 6. Fires from 18. It's rebounded by Louisville. That game marks the first half of a quick 2-game homestand. Here's Walker. Right over the D. Walker's got 11.
I like the recognition of the mismatch there, immediately making the defense pay.
And Blair kicks to Rush. Blair with it. Now Payton defending. Blair dishes to Ellis. In the corner, Rush with it. Back to Turner. Out to the wing. Pass to Hudson. Ellis kicks to Rush. Dishes it to Ellis. The Longhorns need to get off a shot. Rush gets the bucket. Rush has got himself going with the triple, his first basket of the game. Now Texas with it. They trail by 1. Ellis is out there with Edwards. Then there's Doherty. And it's Warwick in at the center, locking down the middle. There's a screen. Back to Doherty. And 2 free throws coming up as he misses that one. Drawing the whistle and a lot of contact there. What do you guys think so far about the offensive approach for the Cardinals?
They've knocked down plenty of mid-range jumpers in this one. That's been big for them.
And also, how about the points they've gotten in transition or on the fast break tonight? That's been a huge factor as well.
Turner's checked in for the Longhorns. Kicks to Mack. Outside, Walker. 1:56 left to play here in the second half. Ellis with some nice deep. And here's Edwards. It's deflected and stolen by Payton. And here's Walker outside. Good for his sixth make and a dozen attempts, shooting 50% with that basket.
Just a great, great battle these two teams are waging here today.
Boy, it sure is, and I'm getting the sense that this game could end up being decided by just one or two plays down the stretch.
.139 left to play in the second half. Edwards against Walker. Now, here is Ford. Unloads from 13. A tad short, but it's good off the front iron. And that bucket ignites the crowd.
Crucial bucket there, and you hear it in their reaction.
And the emotions of these fans right now boiling over after that shot.
Move the ball. Stick it to the
Edwards against Walker. He feeds it to Payton. Outside, White. And here's Walker outside. Again, the miss by Walker. They've been trailing for a few minutes.
But you know what? That could change right here.
Ford passes to Doherty. Longhorns passing it around.
And you know what? Very close to a three-point play right there.
Yeah, he almost got that one down. I mean, those are the kind of aggressive plays coaches love to see.
He sinks the clutch free throw. And so both free throws good that time. That puts him ahead.
And that was huge right there. Just as cool as he could be. And he's been clutch at the line there in a very tense moment.
Outside, Walker pulls it from the elbow. Hits the front of the rim and out. And we have an intentional foul there, G.A. Wish I could say why.
That one's pretty strange. I mean, no idea what got into his head right there.
And so both free throws are good. And it's a three-point game. 30 seconds left in the second half of basketball. Launches a three. It's good. A tremendous three to tie it up.
What a bucket at one of the more crucial moments of the game.
How about the cool, collected way in which he delivered it? Clutch.
We've got 22 seconds left in the second half. Doherty against White. Now the pass to Edwards. To the middle. Here's Doherty. It falls!
And I love the fact that he didn't have to slow down or adjust there. The pass was just timed perfectly.
Walker goes in. Oh, missed it.
Well, I'll tell you what, he earned his money on that foul.
Yeah, if you're going to foul, then make sure that you don't give a chance for the and one.
And that one misses. And he ends up making the second, and that narrows the gap to one. And that's an intentional foul. And he makes the first of the 1-1. And he cannot convert on the second. That misses. So he's everyone. We've got a great night of college basketball hoops in store for you tonight. It's a big matchup and some big-time energy in this building, and we're glad to have you with us. Along with Greg Anthony and Clark Kellogg, this is Kevin Harlan. We've got the Kansas Jayhawks facing the Louisville Cardinals.
There is no feeling like a packed house on a college campus. You can just feel the electricity in the air as two major colleges go head-to-head on the hardwood.
And even though this game isn't a must-have game, it feels like a tournament game, a one-and-done type situation. Both of these programs know that a win here could be huge for them as they get ready to make a run in March.
So let's take a look at the starters for the Kansas Jayhawks. They've got Duncan, and it's Gaines in at center. Passes it to Oubre. Back to Lee. Clock at 6. Gaines kicks to Lee. The high post shot. Walker with the rebound. Kansas on D. White with it. Now defended by Oubre. Here's Walker, and it's good. He planted his feet on the pick and shielded the defender off.
You know, the defense has got to do a much better job of fighting over those screens.
And, Greg, especially when the ball is in his hands. I mean, come on now. You know he doesn't miss too many open looks like that.
Now, here's Oubre. Duncan dishes to Lee. Screen by Duncan. Lee against Walker. They set the pick. Here's Oubre. It's rebounded by Payton.
Good little two-man action there, but they just can't get the shot to fall.
Yeah, but that was a beauty. Good-looking shot, well-executed play. I wouldn't be surprised to see them go back to it.
Walker against Lee, and Walker kicks to White. Back the pass to Walker. Sinks that one from the post. Walker's got 7 points in the game.
Good ball movement. He put that pass in the ideal spot, right where it needed to be.
Guys are looking for a spark here.
Yeah, I mean, a cold stretch offensively. They desperately need a basket.
Sanders against Duncan. The feed to Gaines. And foul called as he misses. He'll go to the line and shoot 2. And he's got his first free throw of the game. That's good from Gaines.
Boy, some really big names have come out of the Kansas Jayhawks program into the NBA. A pair of first overall picks in their history. Believe it or not, Wilt Chamberlain wasn't one of them.
Well, on the topic of Wilt Chamberlain's draft was under that territorial right, which was why he wasn't first overall. But if you add him to the list, that would make 3 total Jayhawks taken number 1, Greg.
Yeah, along with Danny Manning and also Andrew Wiggins being the overall number 1 selection. I mean, the Jayhawks have had a ton of talent, though, in the lottery over the course of their history. This school has produced just tremendous talent year in and year out.
Like Paul Pierce.
A good open look, and he splashes home the 3.
Williams with the ball. The 10-footer. Here's Daniels. Tries again. And it's good. Fought through contact. Both teams making some changes here. Cardinals leading by 5. And so in the game for the Jayhawks. Boss is out there with Oubre. Then there's Duncan. And it's Jenkins in at the point. 1:14 left to play in the first half. They set the screen. Pass to Duncan. In the corner, it's Oubre. Got a piece of it. Shot clock at 5, and that one's good. And here are the Cardinals. 3-point lead. Jones kicks to Sanders. To the right side. Walker goes in, out of bounds. Kansas will take possession.
I tell you what, he clearly had a brain freeze on that one. You might just as well keep going straight to the bench.
Rozier, he's checked in for Louisville. Poked away, stolen by Walker. Jumps up, And he caps off the fast break with a monster slam.
Well, that's why they're on the lead. Aggressive play at both ends. Very nicely done there.
Absolutely. They make the steal, pay dividends instantly on the fast break.
You know, so often we can forget that these players are student athletes. I mean, Freak does not have that problem. He's an amazing student off the floor and is very dedicated in the classroom.
And how about Freak with a 4.0 GPA, an honor student in high school, and has carried that same work ethic to college as well as he prepares for his games. He truly embodies what it means to be a student athlete.
And the rebound goes to Louisville.
I'll tell you what, for what's really an elementary shot, he looked a little nervous on that release.
Kevin, he's definitely making his presence felt here in the first half. He's been very effective so far.
And so we conclude the first half. Cardinals ahead as they wrap up the second quarter with a tremendous 17-6 run. And stay with us, folks. Hello and welcome back. This is college basketball on 2K Sports. And if you're just tuning in, this is Kevin Harlan along with Greg Anthony and Clark Kellogg as we get set for the second half.
And while there is a little bit of distance between the two teams, one big run could close the gap in a hurry.
Yeah, I agree with you, Greg. In order to hold on to this lead, they'll need to keep going to Freak to get things working for them offensively. This play in the second half of this game, critical.
On the court right now for the Cardinals, Walker, he's in at point guard. Payton is out there with White. Then there's Sanders. And it's Mack in at the 5 down low.
And what a beautiful way to polish off that sequence. Just strong at attacking the rim.
That just puts a little more momentum on their side, don't you think?
Absolutely.
The defense got to tighten up now. I mean, you can't have the opposing point guard throwing down on you like that.
Lee outside. Good ball movement here by the Jayhawks. There's the screen. Duncan in the corner. Wide open look. And he wills that one in. Sinking right through off the back iron.
That was an outstanding pick that gave him the room to bury the jump shot. Underrated, but not undervalued.
Kicks it to White. Payton dishes to Walker. They get it back. White. Right side to Walker. There's the triple. And another shot. And that's 2 points on the layup. Max got the lead up to 10 now for Louisville.
Just a solid performance on the interior. The rebounding has been off the charts.
Yeah, you look across the board, it's actually sizing up, shaping up to be a great game. I mean,
some changes for Kansas. Here's Odom. Left side Walker. Got a piece of it. Now here's Jenkins. And so in the game for the Jayhawks, they've got Boss, Oubre out there with Frazier. Then it's Williams. And it's Jenkins in at the shooting guard position. Oubre with it. Wide on him. That's tipped. Here's Walker. Throws down the breakaway jam.
One thing with Freak that we know is he makes sure he gets his shots up no matter what. One way or another, he's going to get his workout in, and that's why so many are confident that he'll continue to improve.
Part of it is that he has a twin sister who actually taught him how to play ball. She helped him develop his game and become the player he is today. Pretty nice to have a sibling willing to help you develop your skill set on the court.
Talk about great numbers for Walker. He's got 21 points, and he's got 9 points from behind the arc.
And that's been an important part of his game today. It's really spaced the floor.
And so Walker nails both of them.
He's a dead eye at the line, fellas. Just call him automatic. He doesn't miss many of those.
Kansas trails by 9. Clark, they've been struggling here on offense.
Yeah, a little bit of cottonmouth here. Dry spell for sure.
Now Gaines. Misses off the right iron. 1:44 left here in the second half. Here's Sanders. No good. And Kansas the other way now. Duncan, the pass to Lee. Here's Gaines. Here's Terry. And lots of contact there. Missing the shot. He'll shoot two. And taking a quick look here at the hustle stats for the Cardinals.
Well, it's been an outstanding game for them in the open court. Their fast break points really stand out.
Yeah, and also the way they've been able to generate points off of the turnovers that they forced tonight has also helped.
And the second of two is good. That brings them within 8.
Not nearly as productive a trip to the line as he'd have liked. They need all their free throws to go down at this point.
Good. 25 points for Freak.
They're finding lanes to the hoop now with consistency. 5 buckets in a row from the paint.
And on the flip side, Greg, the defenders have to show more fight on the interior. They've got to offer more resistance here.
Kansas trails by 10. Lee outside. And here's the fast break. Walker leading the way.
And with Freak, he takes a lot of pride in where he hails from. Didn't grow up with a silver spoon in his hand by any means, and his family cheers him on from Harlem.
And, Greg, you can see it in this game. I mean, we're all a product of where we've been, our environment, our experiences. And with Freak, he doesn't take anything for granted. Some of the very best players of all time have come from the projects like Freak, and he takes pride in playing for Harlem when he's on the court.
And now as the clock ticks down, this is going to end up as a solid victory here for Louisville.
And it may be a comfortable win for him, Steve, and in the end, but, you know, they had to weather a few storms along the way, Clark, and that's all part of the story.
That's right, Kevin. I mean, this is by no means a runaway that it might appear to have been. I mean, it was a scrappy performance all the way through.
A fantastic show. And what an amazing all-around game it was for Walker. Every time he shot it, it seemed like it was going to drop in. And if it didn't, everyone was surprised. Didn't take their time in wrapping this game up. They came out with a sense of urgency.
Nice ending spurt to polish it off. Once they had him on the ropes, they started throwing haymakers at him.
The whole knockout blow.
And no good this time on the 1-and-1. And so it's Louisville with it. 16-point lead, the largest margin in the game. Pulls up on the wing. No good. So we see the Cardinals get the win here. This Welcome, everyone. It's the night we've all been waiting for. The college tournament finale is upon us. And for two teams, this marks the end of an incredible journey. And the energy is contagious here in the building. Along with Greg Anthony and Clark Kellogg, this is Kevin Harlan. We'll see the Wisconsin Badgers facing the Louisville Cardinals.
Kevin, this is the night where we are going to see some intense basketball. High energy, lay it all out on the line for college hoops. Everything these young players have worked towards their entire life comes down to this exact moment.
And you can bet, Clark, that each and every player here tonight feels the importance of this game like no other in their lives, really. A big key in coming through in a big game like this is how well you can compose yourself. How do you handle the pressure of the big stage? We'll find out soon enough which of these teams has the ability to harness all of that raw energy and focus on getting the job done.
Let's check out Wisconsin's starting lineup. We've got Hawkins. He's out there with Hill. Decker is out there with Kaminsky. And it's Evans in at the 4.
Way to attack there and then create the contact.
Really as close as you can get to an and one right there. He almost had it.
Here is Hawkins. To the wing on the left. And the wide open shot from Decker. Drains it from beyond the arc. Decker's got himself going there. His first points of the game on the deep ball.
And with any championship game, you know that every player is going to have their heart racing for the first few minutes. That's just natural. That's adrenaline. They'll need to remain calm, though, and let the game come to them and kind of ease into it.
And one guy, guys, I'll keep an eye on in this one is Freak. He is the consummate leader for his team. He can come out strong and play his game while keeping his intensity level up. It'll be just what they need to claim the title.
Sanders with the ball. He's picked up by Hill. Right side to Walker. The Badgers pull it in.
Hey, they got the shot they wanted off of that pick, but it just doesn't fall.
Yeah, it didn't go down, but you'll take that shot every single time, Greg. That's good offense.
On defense, Wisconsin feeds to White. Back to Walker. That one dropped for his second bucket. Mark him 2 for 4.
And what a journey it has been, really, for this whole team to make it to the college championship, especially for Freak. A few bumps in the road for him, but what a story.
Greg, you get the feeling that it's only the beginning. I mean, the way he plays and the accolades he has, I mean, you can see him having a long and productive career at the pro level.
Patience.
A platoon swap here for Louisville.
Taking early threes is leading to long rebounds, which equal to transition points.
Louisville leading by
Make
5.
the defense move.
And not many people know this, but the Badgers do have one college title in their trophy case. Won the tournament back in 1941. A different time back then, but a title nevertheless.
And Wisconsin looking at who they've got. Payton is out there with Hawkins. Then it's Kaminsky. Then it's Decker. And it's Evans in at the power forward. Hawkins kicks to Payton. Hawkins against Walker. A picture-perfect screenplay, and the jumper's good. And for that 1941 title you mentioned, Greg, for the Badgers, it was actually their first invitation to the College Tournament Club.
How about that for a first impression?
Yeah, not bad.
Not too bad at all. Prior to their recent run of success, that was their lone bright spot as a program. You know, one of the big questions on everybody's mind in this game is whether or not Freak will stay on for another year or go pro. I mean, usually a player with his upside would be a lock to be a one and done, but he's giving serious thought to staying.
And Freak is a guy who clearly values the scholastic aspect of collegiate sports. So it makes sense for him to think about staying beyond this season. Still, with Freak's draft stock rising, this could be his final game as a collegiate player.
Payton outside. Evans, a screen on Walker. Hawkins gets to Decker. Puts up a 3. And Sanders pulls it down. Louisville leading by 9. Walker goes in. White, good.
Really not hard to see why they're giving up points on this run. I mean, they've just given them too many looks inside.
Yeah, and usually when a team goes on a run like this, it's because they are getting too many opportunities on the inside. Make them beat you from deep. And as we see Freak and his team go for the title here, he is trying to repeat what he did just a year ago. He was able to lead his high school to the PSAL championship.
Well, Greg, he was a 4-time All-American selection in high school, and a unanimous one at that. He's won state titles before, but this is a different animal than high school.
And it's Walker penetrating, missed inside.
Well, the effort was there, but he just couldn't quite fight his way through traffic.
And so that brings the first half to a close. Cardinals ahead as they end the second quarter with a tremendous 17-7 run. We'll see you after halftime for the beginning of the second half. Just one half of basketball left to determine this year's And welcome back. We're just about ready to get going with the second half of a historical championship game. For those just tuning in, this is Kevin Harlan, pleased to be alongside Clark Kellogg and Greg Anthony as we get set to watch how the college basketball season will end.
You know what, guys? That was the start that Freak and his team wanted in the first half. I mean, they didn't run away with the game, but they're in a really good spot to capture the title.
These first 5 minutes in the second half are going to be huge. They know their opponent is going to come out strong and try to even things up. But if they can keep their cool, they'll be on their way, I think, to the title.
Walker, he's in at the point. White is out there with Payton. Then there's Sanders. And it's Mack in at the 5 down low. And Wisconsin looking at who they've got. They've got Decker. Hill is out there with Hawkins. Then it's Kaminsky, and it's Evans in at the power forward position.
And, guys, one big story that we have in this championship game is that a guy like Freak could boost his draft stock quite a bit. A win here could catapult him up the big boards of a lot of teams.
And, you know, while it's just one game, scouts will get a chance to see how he plays on the big stage. Knowing a player is at his best when the lights are brightest is a big plus in GM's books.
Outside Hill. There's the double team with Walker. 6 to shoot. Lets it go from deep. It's hauled in by Thomas. Cardinals leading by 16. Walker with a clean look. That's good, and it's Price with the assist. And that's now 17 points for Freak. They could use a big shot here to get this offense going.
You're good, Kev. I mean, too many empty trips. They need some points.
So for the Cardinals, Early comes in from Walker. He's in at shooting guard. Jones is out there with Payton. Then there's Price. And it's White in at the small forward position. Pass to Walker. Baseline try. Can't get it to go. So the Badgers will take it the other way. Hill dishes to Conley. Pick up by Hill. Conley kicks to Decker. There's the pick. And he was fouled on the way up. 2 free throws now for him. And a breakdown here, guys. The hustle stats for the Cardinals.
I thought we might see the defense adjust at halftime to slow the break, but that has not been the case.
Something that's also benefited them tonight are the turnovers they've forced and the points that have come along with those forced turnovers.
Max checked in for Jones. And Wisconsin also making a switch. Evans is checked in.
And with this lead, it looks like they'll hold on for the title. A special moment for everyone on the team. And really, what a year it's been for their star, Freak.
Yeah, very impressive considering everybody pinned their hopes on him to lead the team at the start of the season. And he hasn't disappointed. For all the hype that surrounded him, he lived up to all of it. Boy, they came out of the locker room at halftime with a much more physical disposition than they had in the first half.
And that helps, Clark. They've got extra trips to the foul line, and they need that to continue if they're going to get back in this game.
And Conley drops them both. Clark, they can burn some clock if they want to.
Yeah, and maybe buy a little oxygen while they're doing it.
Wisconsin trails by 14. 1:52 left in the second half. Walker against Conley. The Badgers pull it in.
Well, he gets it in close, but you have to credit that stifling defense for forcing the miss.
Exactly, Greg. I mean, defense like that really increases the degree of difficulty on that shot by a large amount.
There's a screen. Evans goes in. The shot will not go. Now Louisville takes it the other way. They led by as many as 18 points. And out of bounds as the Badgers gain possession. Sanders checked in for the Cardinals. We've got 1:18 left to play here in the second half. Evans left side. And stolen by Payton.
And so only one team answered the bell tonight, guys. Not a monster blowout by any means, but still a double-digit victory for the Cardinals.
The coaching staff must be happy that they controlled their turnovers so well in this game.
Yeah, I like the discipline, the self-control, and the pace.
They can't guard us on the
What a huge standout performance it was for Walker.
Spacing.
Just an outpouring
Spacing.
of points from him. Nobody could do much.
We've got 22 seconds left in the second half of basketball. Outside Gibson. Elbow shot is on the way. And again, it's the Badgers missing. And it's Walker penetrating. Banked in off the glass.
And they're not finished just yet. They're going to make sure about this win.
Yeah, not taking any chances, Greg. This is how you close a game out. Textbook.
So Louisville wins it. Such a special moment for these kids, although
Hello?
Hey, Ma, it's me.
Hey, Frequency.
I got you on speakerphone.
Okay, your sister there?
Hey, Mama, I'm right here.
Hey, baby, how you doing?
I'm fine.
Yvette's here too, Mama.
Hi, Mama. How you doing? I'm fine.
Does she have to be here?
Yes. Mr. Pagnotti, the agent I was telling you about, he's in the room too.
How you doing, ma'am?
I'm good. Nice to meet you.
What a pleasure to finally meet the Queen Mother of this young, talented man, even if only by telephone.
That's sweet. Hang on, Frequency. Here comes your father.
All right.
Hey, sorry I'm late. Hope everyone's well.
How you doing, Mr. P?
I'm doing good.
So let's get to it.
Yeah, let's do this. We all know why we're here. This meeting is strictly confidential, 100% off the record. Didn't happen. We weren't even here. Capiche? Capiche means understand in Italian. Capiche?
Capiche.
Freak insisted that I have his entire family here. And I think it's great that he has a good support system around him. I've been doing this a very long time, and I work with some of the best. Now, let me rephrase that. I work with the best, and the best always seem to have a great support system around them. A family, if you will. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
So let's cut to the chase. Leaving college early now and entering this year's NBA draft is the right move right now. And when you sign with me, Dom Pagnotti, as your agent, I will make sure you are well taken care of. I will make sure you are protected. With this freaking and vibing, I love it, freaking and vibing. This freaking and vibing thing you do when you get hot freak, we're gonna make you more money off the court than you will on.
We already have endorsements and things like that in line, so.
Cece, I said we because we're gonna do this together. We're a team. We're Team Freak. But Freak, you need to be in the league first, right? That's why I'm here.
No, yeah, I hear you, Mr. Pagnotti, but like I told you before, I already promised my parents 4 years of college. That's a plan, man.
That's right.
Plans change, Freak. Listen, in life and in basketball, you need to adapt and change to the situation at hand. Now, even if you have the greatest coach and they draw up the greatest play and all the X's and O's make perfect sense on paper, you still need to react to what the defense shows you and then make your move. This is the right move. This is the right move now. And 4 years of college is a great plan for basically anybody. But you're not just anybody. You are the greatest collegiate talent I have ever seen shoot, dribble, pass, and defend a basketball my entire time on this great planet Earth. Now, Miss Martha, Mr. Pete, I have seen so many of the greats jump right from high school to the pros. Freak, you've at least experienced college. You know what that is. You've been there. You've done that. I am offering you now a chance at the experience of a lifetime. Do you know how many people would love to be in those Jordans right now?
Yeah, Freak, I mean, what if you get hurt? You remember how you came down on your ankle in that game earlier this year?
Oh, yeah, but that was nothing.
Right, we know it was nothing, but next time it could be something.
I saw that. Good game. But BAM! Just like that, and you could be flipping burgers. Well, maybe not flipping burgers. Maybe you're the manager or assistant manager at some burger joint. Maybe I do a favor and make a call, and you're a delivery boy at Sal's Famous Pizzeria. But the bottom line is, you will be a long, long, long ways away from signing multi-million-dollar contracts with me, Dom Pagnotti, as your agent.
So it's all about the money, right?
When was it not all about the money?
Money isn't everything.
No, it isn't, sir, and no disrespect was meant. But, Freak, money is freedom. The freedom of choice, the freedom to live. Money is the difference between renting and owning, between being the waiter and being waited on. It's the difference between being the chauffeur or being chauffeured. Now, do you want to be a chauffeur? This here is a contract. This makes me your agent. Sign on the dotted line, and I will take you and your family to the promised land.
Like I said, Mr. Pagnotti, it's not all about the money.
Pete, let the man finish.
He made his point. He's finished. Aren't you finished?
I said my piece, but I know I'm right. You guys should talk.
Pete, what if Frequency does get hurt? Shouldn't he take this opportunity now?
What if the boy goes pro, gets hurt, and then doesn't have a college degree? Look how hard we work for him to get to where he is.
But college isn't for everybody. Pete, you didn't go.
That's why we work so hard for him.
Just saying. I mean, if he's ready to do this now as opposed to later, Pete, anything can happen.
You're right. Anything could happen. This is his future. This
You're
is
not
his life.
listening to me, Pete.
Not just a game.
All right, Mom, Pops. It's all right. Look, truth be told, I don't even know what I want to do right now.
I understand that.
Yeah, but I was talking to my boy Vic the other day.
Why?
And he was making a lot of sense. He thinks I should leave early, too.
You know what? I've kept quiet this whole time, and I also think that Freak should join the league. I think it's a great business decision, and I think that Mr. Pagnotti is absolutely right.
Thank you, Yvette.
You're welcome.
Now, Freak, I know for a fact that people have been talking about the company you keep, and you need to be careful. It could compromise what we're trying to do here.
What are you trying to say?
You know, your association with that guy Victor off the court, it could compromise your selection in a draft. As a matter of fact, I know it will. Do you realize the difference in dollars between being drafted first overall and 21st? You're talking tens of millions of dollars. You don't get it, do you? Cece, our first sneaker deal alone, you're talking a difference of a $50 to $100 million difference just by that. Number one, that's what we need. If I were not 1,000% convinced in my mind and in my heart that we could get you drafted first overall, I wouldn't be like this. This is the play. This is the move, Freak. You gotta listen to me.
I absolutely hear you, but who are they to tell me who I can't hang with my brother?
No, Freak, you need to listen to him. I've been telling you the same exact thing.
Mr. Dom, Frequency and Victor grew up together. They're best friends. We took the boy in and practically adopted him.
Martha, I told you that boy ain't nothing but trouble.
He's family.
Okay, but that's my boy, and he agrees with y'all.
It's not about agreeing with Vic. We're trying to prepare you for your future.
You know what? But it is his future.
This is none of your business.
Excuse
Don't
me?
even
Wait,
know
Freak,
why.
My business?
you still have a decision to make. Sign with me, yes or no.
None of
It's
your
no
business.
problem.
Can I just interrupt
Your tone.
for 1 second? Everybody just settle down, please. Now, I appreciate you all taking the time in this heated discussion, but the truth of the matter is, there's only one person in the room that can make this decision. Now, son, you know how I feel.
Right.
Education is the most important thing in life, but this is your choice. It's not your mother's or your sister's or mine. It's not your girlfriend. It's not Mr. Pagnotti's. And it definitely ain't Victor's. This is your decision, son. So you tell us what you want to do.
I need 30 seconds, Freak. Okay. I have 4 beautiful children, and I want each of them to go to college and graduate. But if you walked up to any one of those 4 children right now and said, I will give you a contract that's worth $100, $200, $300 million, I would say, bypass college. You can always go back. I want you to graduate. I want you to get your doctorate. I want to call you Dr. Freak, but you need to understand this. Now, you can go all over this beautiful country that we live in and go into any of the major universities. You will find people that are 30, 40, 50, 60, 80 years old, and you will find them graduating. But if you live to be 500 years old, you will never see ever somebody 40, 50, 60 years old being drafted from college into the NBA. We need to strike while the iron is hot. This is your life. We will get you drafted first overall. You will be up there with all the big names. I'm not talking first rounder. I'm talking first overall. Listen to me. This is what
Mr.
I do.
Pagnotti,
I am the best at what I do.
You have had
Nobody
your
is
30
better.
seconds plus.
Miss Martha, I am sorry. You just
Mr.
need to
Pagnotti,
understand.
would you please let my wife speak?
I apologize.
Frequency. Baby, what do you want to do?
Okay. Here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to have Cece go through this contract, front to back. I'm going to think about it, sleep on it, pray on it, and I will call you in the morning.
All right. Listen, Mr. Pete, Miss Martha, it was a pleasure meeting the two of you over telephone, and I look forward to meeting you both in person. Remember, everybody, this meeting never took place. We weren't even here. Capiche?
Capiche.
Okay.
All right, Mom, Pops, I'm going to call you guys later. I love you.
Love you,
I love you too, son. Bye.
Good evening and welcome to the NBA Draft. With the first pick in the NBA Draft, the Minnesota Timberwolves select Karl Anthony Towns from the University of Kentucky. With the second pick in the NBA Draft, the Los Angeles Lakers select D'Angelo Russell from The Ohio State University. With the third pick in the NBA Draft, the Philadelphia 76ers select Jahlil Okafor from Duke University. With the fourth pick in the NBA Draft, the New York Knicks select Kristaps Porzingis from Latvia. With the fifth pick in the NBA Draft, the Orlando Magic select Mario Hezonja from Dubrovnik, Croatia. With the sixth pick in the NBA Draft, the Sacramento Kings select Willie Cauley-Stein. With the seventh pick in the NBA Draft, the Denver Nuggets select the 19-year-old point guard from the University of Louisville.
Let's do this, young man.
Yes, sir.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Frequency Vibrations. Welcome aboard, young man. Welcome aboard.
Wow. Wow. This is bananas.
Take your time, baby.
Thanks, Mom.
We met working at the post office together. Mark was the clerk and I was a carrier. And I asked her out to lunch one time and take her for a bagel around the corner from where we worked.
A bagel?
A bagel, yeah.
With cream cheese?
Cream cheese.
Split down the middle?
Split down the middle. Love at first sight.
Yeah?
I believe that. It was true. It happened to me.
All right. You all know why we're here and what we came to do this year. This is only the beginning of a very long season, but Game 1 means just as much as Game 82. Now, we have some new faces here that I really expect to make an impact for us this season. We've already seen flashes of what they can do for us, but I expect all of you to go out there and execute just like we did in camp. Ain't no more excuses. It's time to get serious. If we play our brand of basketball, there's no telling where this team can go. So get out there, get warm, and let's go win this game.
My first NBA game. Can't believe it's finally here. You work your entire life for something, and then when it's right in front of you, it's almost hard to believe. But I'm ready. And now it's time for me to show everybody I belong and do my best to represent Harlem.
We've got a full house of rabid Rocket fans packed into the arena here in Houston, Texas. And we've been waiting for this day for a long time. It's opening day in the NBA. Thanks, everyone, for joining us here in the start of a new season. Appearance from Walker.
Yeah, and whether he has friends and family in the crowd tonight or watching at home, I know a lot of people are proud of this young man. He's worked so hard to achieve this goal.
Yeah, and the future's bright for him, Greg. Not just tonight and not just this season, but for years to come.
So out there for the Nuggets right now, Gallinari sits outside at 3 with Faried at the 4. Freak is out there with Will Barton, and it's Hickson in at the center position. Excellent D from Howard. And just as J.J. Hickson seemed to be finding some rhythm in his career, Clark, last season happened. His production dropped like a rock.
Yeah, you know, Kevin, after 2 straight years where he was starting, last season he was asked to come off the bench. And for J.J. Hickson, that just did not seem to be a good fit.
Screen by Faried. Here's Barton. Goes back up. He takes it up and lays it in. Faried's got his first points of the game.
That was a good rebound right there, but they haven't been very strong on the glass so far.
Clark, a little disparity there in the rebound numbers, but some of that comes down to how the ball bounces. Let's see if it evens out. Those are chances almost always you can rely on him to get you 2 points, but the D just enough to keep him out of rhythm.
Here's Hickson. And they're going to count the bucket and send him to the line. It could be a 3-point play.
What a play there, the hoop plus the harm.
Yeah.
We got this.
So it's the Rockets now. So on the floor for Denver. Filling out the wings, it's Foy and Gallinari. Kenneth Faried is out there with Hickson, and it's Walker in a point guard. In the corner, it's Brewer. For 3, Lawson. Denver grabs the miss. And here's Foy. No scoring yet from him, but that's likely to change. Lawson with it. Marcus Thornton on the wing. Lets the 3 fly. Another miss by Houston. Nuggets have gone 0-3 and are still looking for that first bucket here in the second quarter. Faried, a screen on Lawson. Foy dishes to Faried, and it's sent back by Howard. Here is Brewer. In the corner, Thornton with it. Pulls it up. Fires the jumper from the corner and nails it. Thornton's got the opening basket here in the second quarter for Houston. And a chance now to catch up on some numbers here. The hustle stats for the Rockets.
Well, you have to admire their intensity in the paint defensively. I mean, really contesting and even blocking shots. Definitely a factor.
And a momentous occasion, folks, as that basket represents the very first official NBA scoring tabulation from Walker.
Yeah, and he's playing it cool right now, but let me tell you, I'm sure that basket means the world to him. There's nothing like the first one.
My thought is he's probably just happy to have it out of the way. I mean, no more waiting and wondering when it'll come. Those first points are finally in the rearview mirror.
Just like the one thing you can see. And the first half is... Glad to have you with us. Walker's checked in for Moutier. And we're just around 2 minutes into the final half of play now. Motiejunas and Howard, the post pair. Harden and Ariza filling out the perimeter. And it's Lawson in at the 1. That's the 5 for Houston right now. Screen by Howard. Jumper off the screen. And misses it off the right side of the rim.
And no excuse there for missing that one after being freed up by a great pick.
Yeah, I agree with you. I mean, they came away empty, but they got the look they wanted, and really, I like the movement and communication there.
Boston against Walker. And pushing it up. Here's Denver. And here we see the debut of Freak, the kid from Harlem. His first time on an NBA floor, and Clark, it's a moment that he's worked very hard to achieve, and his family has got to be proud.
Extremely so, Kevin. It's been a long journey for him, but every level along the way, he's found success. High school phenom, playing for a college championship. I wouldn't bet against this kid in anything when it comes to basketball.
Well, with Freak Clark, there was a question whether he would stay another year in college. Really was a tough decision for him, but he ended up coming out after his freshman year.
And, Kevin, it's really hard to blame a guy like Freak for doing that. I mean, he's clearly NBA ready. And he's putting a lot at risk for every year he stays in school when he could be on the NBA clock.
Stolen by Walker. Inside, here's Foy. The shot's good on the assist by Walker.
Well, I tell you what, I need to see some more assertiveness out of these defenders. They're not getting the job done.
That's a great point. 10 of the last 12 points they've allowed have come at the rim.
Knocked loose. Stolen by Walker. The finish. Flushes it down to finish the break.
Well, they need those kinds of plays right now. I mean, smart defense generating some offense.
And really, Clark, that's the way you get yourself back into the game. Key stops and then try to get out in transition for some easy ones.
Screen by Howard. They get a hand on it. And here comes Walker, leading the fast break. No luck.
I mean, that can happen to anyone, but it's ugly every time it does.
Yeah, it is unfortunate, embarrassing. He just lost his concentration for a split second, and that's all it took.
Lawson the pass to Howard. 6 on the shot clock. For 3. Kept alive. Rejected by Walker.
Move it!
Fareed against Ariza. The kick out to Walker. There's the 3. Shot is no good. And Houston the other way now. Their biggest lead of the game was 21. And going against Denver, their first game of the NBA's regular season.
Yeah, and they came out with a W every time they played this squad last year. A stark contrast drawn between the conferences.
And the Rockets making a change here as well. Lawson's checked in. Denver also making some changes. Laverne, he's checked in for Hickson. And Walker subbed in for Gallinari. So out there for the Nuggets right now. Walker in at shooting guard. Joey Dorsey is out there with Laverne. Then it's Nelson, and it's Barton in at the 3 slot. Walker against Beverly. He feeds it to Brewer. Thornton against Walker. From deep. Walker with the rebound.
Even though he isn't having the best of games from the floor, it hasn't seemed to hurt him.
And one team is just completely outclassing the other tonight. Spirited performance, and it really ignited what is turning out to be a monster win here for Houston.
And this was one that never really was in doubt, I thought, Stephen Clark. An all-around dominant performance. Clark, and you kind of thought that maybe even going into the game.
I certainly did, and they just cracked it open and made it an NC. No contest.
Yeah, I like that. And it'll go down as their first official win of the new year.
And once it becomes official, this win gives them a nice confidence boost against this team. They'll face them twice more this season.
The stats tell us, Greg, that the winner of the first game is a big favorite to come out on top in the overall series.
And what a huge standout performance it was for Harden. And the way he was able to dice up their D with his passing really made things easy for everyone else on his team. All the officials are all over that one.
Clearly a foul. I mean, didn't give him any choice but to blow the whistle. I mean, you got to play without fouling.
Jones checked in for Ty Lawson.
And, guys, you know, we've talked about it before, but it bears repeating. Dwight Howard may be the best overall rebounder in the last decade. 5 times out of the last 8 years, he's led the league in rebounding. That's almost impossible to do in the modern NBA.
29 seconds left in the fourth quarter of this one. Screen by Howard. Jones kicks to Howard. Now the feed to Beverly. And there's the whistle. Fouled hard on the shot. He'll go to the line.
Yeah, the defender all over him.
Greg, he got him good there. I mean, that's why the shot was so far off.
First one falls for him.
At the line for 2.
And so he hits both. There's 21 seconds left in the fourth. Down low. Here's Dorsey. The basket good off the assist from Nelson.
They clearly look like a different team now. Suddenly, they've got some energy out on the floor.
Yeah, but it's come a little too late to have a real impact on the game, though. We call this box score window dressing. All it's going to do is make the numbers look a little better than it was.
So we see Houston taking the W here. They won this game going away. They were the better basketball team, Clark, by far tonight.
No.
The 2K Sports post-game show.
Ernie Johnson here again with Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny Smith. Without further ado, let's present to you our Jordan Player of the Game, James Harden. What'd you think, Shaq?
I don't know if there's a fan base that loves their star player. Wow, you get jealous, and he feeds off that support. Once they got behind him, he became unstoppable, man.
That was the James Harden we've come to know and love. A player that brings nothing but fear to players that have to guard him. I've said this for a while now. He's the best one-on-one player in the NBA. And even if it's not a one-on-one situation, even if you throw the kick.
And that's it for our broadcast here tonight. But we're just getting started on a new season in the NBA. For Shaquille O'Neal, Kenny the Jet Smith, Kevin Harlan, and the entire 2K Sports crew, I'm Ernie Johnson. We'll see you again soon.
Steph Curry and the Warriors next game. I've been looking forward to this for a while now. You know they'll be running and gunning. And Steph's gonna do 2 or 3 things that make you want to stop and stare. But we can't let that distract us. Because if we lose focus for even a second, they'll be up 20. So maybe it's up to me to put on a little show of my own.
Welcome, everyone. Thanks for tuning in to 2K Sports for this NBA presentation. I'm Kevin Harlan alongside Clark Kellogg and Greg Anthony. For the Denver Nuggets, they come in off that loss to the Jazz.
Guys, it was like there was a...
Yusuf Nurkic, Wilson Chandler, Freak.
Subbed in for Nelson. Warriors leading by 8.
You know, the Nuggets could create their offense, but they still would have trouble knocking down the shots. Just didn't have a lot of dead-eye laser shooters. Every field goal attempt with them was an adventure.
So on the floor for Denver, Fareed and Nurkic in the middle. Freak is out there with Will Barton, and it's Chandler in at the 3 spot. To the middle. Here's Walker. It's rebounded by Golden State. Nuggets did have their problems on the offensive end, too, something that's rare for them, hitting the open shot and the mid-range shot and beyond being one of them.
You know, Kevin, how about being last in the league in catch-and-shoot field goal percentage? I mean, got a good amount of looks that way, but really struggled shooting only 34% in those situations.
Now Barnes. 23 points for him the last game against the Clippers.
And don't forget about his work on the glass. I mean, he contributed in a number of ways.
They could use a big shot here to get this offense going.
Sure could, Kev. I mean, too many empty trips. They need some points.
There's the pass to Curry. Got that bucket in no time at all. Curry's got 10 points in the game.
And the story here, Kevin, early on is how well they've shot the basketball.
Very high percentage so far, and if you want to start a game hot, that's the way to do it.
And it's Barton atop the key. Walker goes in. Draymond Green with the rebound. Warriors leading by 13. Thompson dishes to Green. That's in, coming off the assist from Thompson. Green's got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for 3. It's stolen by Green. Barnes with it. That's tipped. And here comes Walker, leading the fast break. Green with the block. But they get it back. Here's Barton. It's good, and he makes his first shot of the game.
The assist, Yusuf Nurkic.
59 seconds left in the first. Thompson passes to Curry. He kicks it to Green. Green, the screen. Takes a 3. Chandler with the rebound. The Nuggets trail by 14. Walker at the elbow. Loses his grip and misses the dunk. Here's Curry. Here's Barnes. Can't get it to go. Some solid defense from Fareed. The Nuggets shooting 31% here early on. Not getting the shots they'd like. Wasted no time on that one. Chandler's got his first points of the game. Warriors leading by 12. Outside Curry. Denver grabs the miss. Nurkic has got 3 rebounds so far in the game. And here's Walker outside. Can't get it to go. Shot is off. And Steph Curry, a player within the gym range. You told us about his...
Anywhere 5'6".
I was going to say, Greg, look here for the Warriors. Andrew Bogut checked in for Azili. Barnes comes in for Draymond Green. Thompson, he's checked in for Leandro Barbosa. And Curry subbed in for Sean Livingston. So out there for the Nuggets right now, Fareed and Nurkic in the middle. Will Barton is out there with Freak, and it's Chandler in at the small forward. Shot clock at 6. Here's Thompson. Drills the elbow jumper. Thompson's got 8.
And that's sort of been the story here today, hasn't it? And the Warriors put the ball in Thompson's hands a lot more last season. He ran the pick and roll and attacked the rim, taking more advantage of his size and ball handling ability at that off-guard position.
Shot's good by Walker.
I tell you, he has some impressive moves in his repertoire. That's as good as it gets, but just one of many.
Here's Bogut, and a great assist by Curry as that one goes in. And the Warriors lead by 16. Barton kicks to Walker. Hangs in midair and converts on the double clutch layup. Walker's got 4 points this quarter. Curry against Walker. Nobody near Barnes. His three-pointer's off the mark.
He hit a 3 in the first, but so far has been unable to capitalize here in this quarter.
Shoots from the baseline, and it's Walker again missing. Warriors leading by 14. Thompson outside. Barnes against Nurkic. Barnes kicks to Bogut. Screen by Bogut. Here's Iguodala. And it's good. Walk through contact, gets the shot. He'll go to the free throw line.
How about Bogut doing a good job setting that screen?
And guys, Andre Iguodala entered this league as an athlete with raw skills. And bit by bit, though, he refined his game over the years, except in the one category, free throw shooting. In that one area, he was much better over the first 5 years of his career than he has been the last 5.
Stolen by Walker. Got a piece of it. Jumps up. Rips down the breakaway slam.
Ooh, quick hands on the steal and then just mad hops on the slam.
Great sequence for them defensively and Clark offensively.
Well, one usually leads to the other, Kevin. That's just good, aggressive, attacking basketball at both ends.
The shot by Curry, no good.
Good little two-man action there, but they just can't get the shot to fall.
Yeah, but that was a beauty. Good-looking shot.
Well, it's been a one-sided affair so far through the first 2 quarters, but there's plenty of time to mount a comeback.
It's been a solid outing for Curry. He has 12 points, and he's done his job at the charity stripe. He's gotten 4 of his points from there.
And that's a...
Hickson, he's checked in for Kenneth Faried. Chandler comes in for Gallinari. Walker's checked in for Will Barton. And it's Moutier in for Nelson. Third quarter action, and just under 3.5 minutes have gone. Iguodala and Green are set at the forward spots. Livingston is out there with Barbosa. And it's Ezeli in at the 5 down low. So that's the group out there for Golden State. Barbosa with it. He's picked up by Walker. And it's Leandro Barbosa with the 3. Barbosa's got 7 points in the game. Now here's Moutier. Feeds it to Hickson. And a foul called on the shot. Got him on the way up that time, so he'll shoot 2 right here. It was the season of destiny, and the Warriors certainly followed through. Clark, the best team in the league all year, and they finished the job beating the Cavs in the finals.
And they were on a mission from the get-go. They would become another team to win 65 games or more and win the final. Impressive work.
Andrew Bogut, he's checked in for Golden State.
And for the Warriors, they had tough opponents the whole way. I mean, the Pelicans, Grizzlies, and Rockets, they all put up fights. The Cavs in the finals were just as tough with LeBron, but the Warriors found a way to come through.
And for the Warriors, it had been nearly 40 years, guys, since the franchise made it to the finals. They had a lot of pressure on them to win and finish things off, but they got it done and did it in emphatic fashion, winning on the road. The title solidified them as one of the all-time outstanding teams in NBA history. That's 2 straight quick three-pointers they've allowed.
Defense just not reacting with enough aggressiveness.
Shot's good by Walker.
Only took them a few seconds to answer the 3-ball with one of their own.
Greg, we've got a 3-point battle taking shape here.
Livingston kicks to Green. Tried to come right back with the 3 of his own, but it's no good.
Really quite surprising to see the huge edge they have in rebounds given what the scoreboard said.
Yeah, not typical. They've been dominant on the board, but they are still falling short on the scoreboard.
A wide open 3. They need much better communication defensively.
Here is Livingston. He has 7. Green, the screen. 6 to shoot. Livingston kicks to Green. The offensive rebound. Looking at the last game for the Golden State Warriors, it was a win against the Clippers.
And the way they attacked the basket in that game was unreal. I mean, after a while, the defenders seemed to just wave the white flag.
Yeah, like you said, I mean, that's what will happen when a team continues to attack the basket and come away with layups. The defense tends to get demoralized and deflated.
Nurkic checked in for J.J. Hickson. Screen by Bogut. 3 seconds separate the shot clock and game clock. It's tipped. Nurkic with the steal. Dorsey down low, working on Green, and he gets it to go as they call the foul. He's on his way to the line for one more.
And all of a sudden, the shots now falling in bunches. The complexion of this game has completely changed.
Yeah, and that was the only thing that could have brought him back in this game. Everything had to start dropping, and boy, have they gotten on a roll.
The 3, and he gets it to go. Green's got 2 now from beyond the arc in the 3rd for the Warriors. Moutier. The shot no good. And we welcome you back as we get going here in the 4th quarter. Leandro Barbosa, he's checked in for the Warriors. Livingston comes in for Harrison Barnes. The Nuggets also changing it up. Joey Dorsey's checked in for Yusuf Nurkic. Chandler comes in for Gallinari. And Walker subbed in for Nelson. Taking a look at the Nuggets. Walker, he's in at point guard. Chandler and Fareed are at the forward spots. Joey Dorsey is out there with Will Barton.
And this is going to end in a lopsided victory. I love the tenacity and aggressiveness as well as the ability to close. You really got to give it up here for the Warriors.
The blocking really turned things into their favor this time.
Well, Kevin, timing and anticipation, they got the blocks, and that definitely changed the momentum in this one.
And so with this win, they'll move to 6 victories on the season.
And against a conference opponent, always good to take that first win of the season series to establish a psychological edge.
Especially because they're going to get together 3 more times this season, Greg. You love to get an opponent figured out early, and you're going to be seeing them that often.
And while it's a team game, you can't win without guys showing up. And that was the case tonight for Green. He was everywhere defensively, offensively. The effort we saw from him tonight, I think, was the difference.
Harrison Barnes, he's checked in for Steph Curry. We've got 1:08 left to play here in the 4th. And the basket is good. Got it to go through on the contact, so a free throw coming up. A great opportunity for a 3-point play.
You know, when I think of Wilson Chandler, what comes to mind is supreme athleticism. He can throw it down with the best of them, and yet he's still working on the other areas of his game to be more well-rounded.
Pass to Barnes. He feeds it to Livingston. 11 feet out, and he hits it.
Terrific run to seal the deal.
Yeah, and now let's just keep an eye on how much longer they keep the foot on the accelerator.
Walker, and again it's Denver.
And this run not really doing them any good at this point, as late as it's starting to evolve.
Yeah, but kudos to him, Greg. I mean, the fight they're showing now, you got to give them credit for that. Would have been really easy to pack it in.
Livingston kicks to Barnes. They set the pick. Down to 5 on the shot clock. The tray. It's hauled in by Dorsey. So it's Denver now. They trail by 14. Outside, Walker passes to Dorsey. On the wing, Chandler. There's Walker with the 3. The shot no good. So we see the Warriors taking the game here. Some good.
Yes, Kevin, thank you.
The 2K Sports postgame show.
Hi again, everybody. This is Ernie Johnson, joined by Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith. Time now to present our Jordan Player of the Game, Stephen Curry. He made all the key plays every step of the way. They depend on him to deliver these sorts of performances, and he helped carry his team tonight.
I will say this about Steph Curry. There is no player in the league more capable of single-handedly taking over a ball game than he is. What I mean is, Steph Curry's hot. It's hotter than...
And that brings us to the